Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about Chest of Chaos from the Kringle Candle Halloween 2025 collection. Full disclosure, this candle was sent to me in PR by Kringle Candle. It is not yet available. This will be releasing on August 1st at 12 a.m. midnight Eastern Standard Time. So wanted to give you guys my thoughts before this became available, and a huge thank you to Kringle for sending this over to me to get some reviews going for all of you guys. So this is one of their standard 2-wick translucent black vessels that are synonymous not only with their reserve line but also with their Halloween launch. This will retail for $34, 22 ounces of 100% white soy wax. We've got a photographic label here of it looks like some type of box with, we've got some spirits coming out of it. Don't know what kind of spirits they are, but I got the Holy Spirit, so I don't really worry about them too much. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this candle a little bit more in detail. So this candle was poured on June 12th, 2025. Fragrance notes are listed as top notes of warm spice and cypress, mid notes of peach and vanilla, base notes of tonka bean, armoise, and patchouli. All right, so this fragrance, I actually like this fragrance quite a bit. This is once again a little bit of like a conceptual take on I wouldn't classify this necessarily as a gourmand fragrance, but it does have some elements of that in here, as well as when this candle is burning. I also smell kind of like a sweet resinous quality to it. It's definitely a unique fragrance, but it's not one that I'm mad at. I actually really kind of enjoy this fragrance. Very similar to the last two candles that I have reviewed, which were the what was it, Killer Clown and the Velvet Fig. I feel like this fragrance really is appropriate for this time of year. I am, over all of the summer scents, not ready for all of the pumpkin and apple and spice. This one has really been kind of a nice change up. Now, I feel like this fragrance has some similar qualities as the new Velvet Fig fragrance in that there is a little bit of like a creamy aspect to this fragrance. However, instead of there being a fig note in here, my nose definitely picks up the peach. The peach note in here, though, is definitely not like your summertime juicy, fresh peach scent. It almost smells like an overripe peach to me. It's very nice. It definitely feels appropriate. Like I said, it doesn't smell like summertime peach to me. This definitely feels more like an autumnal peach type of fragrance, and I think that that's tempered by those top notes of like some warm spice. Cypress, there's a little bit of like a tree note in there, which might be where I'm getting some of that like resinous quality. But it's definitely more of like a sweet resinous. It's not as quote unquote smoky to my nose as say the resin note that you would get from Palo Santo. It's not that deep to me. But there is a slight woody aspect to this candle that I like. The other thing that I did want to say is that the base note of this, which is the base notes, which are tonka bean, armoise, and patchouli. I mentioned this in my cold sniff impressions of this candle. Now, this is nowhere, it's not a boozy fragrance. It's not anywhere really, I don't want you to hear this and say that this is the exact same candle, but there is something about a note in this candle that I'm drawing a tiny, tiny connection to last year's Thirst. I'm for me personally, I think that it's probably the base note of that patchouli mixed with the tonka bean in there. I do think that that's probably where I'm making the correlation. But this fragrance is actually really nice. I do enjoy it. Is it one that I feel like I need backups of? No. But it's a unique fragrance. And again, like I said, because I'm in this time period right now where I'm over all of the tropical fruits, but I'm not yet ready for all of traditional fall. This has actually been a really nice fragrance for me to burn during this time of year. It's pairing, like I said, very nicely with the Killer Clown and the Velvet Fig. What was the other fragrance that I was burning this with the other day? Oh, it was the Homeworks their peach upside down cake. I was burning nicely with it. I will say when this fragrance is burning, this is not like a scent. If you see those mid notes of peach and vanilla, this is definitely not like a peach true gourmand type of fragrance. And I would say even when this is burning, the peach is definitely more of a middle note. It's not front and center to my nose. It's very much in the mix there with, like I said, kind of a sweet resinous type of quality to it. There's a little bit of creaminess to this as well. It's very well done. It's kind of hard for me to describe exactly what this fragrance is. I guess like my first impression would be to say that this leans a little bit fruity gourmand. But there's a little bit of like a nature element to it with that sweet, resinous type of note in here. It's definitely not like a full-blown gourmand. It's definitely not it's not boozy. It's not perfumey to me at all. So if you're looking for a fragrance that is not boozy, perfumey, I think that this is one that you are going to enjoy. I have really enjoyed the fragrance. It's kind of taken me by surprise how much I have liked it. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. So you can see I'm at about the halfway point. Very similar to the other fragrances that I most recently reviewed. This candle has been lit for about 6 hours now. So there is a little bit of soot coming off because these wicks are getting a little bit long. You can see some excess carbon there. But again, you guys, I've had this burning for 6 hours. If I would have extinguished this at 3 hours, trimmed the wicks and relit it, I probably would not be this aggressive of flames, because I don't notice the aggression on these flames coming unless I let the candle burn for too long. The strength and throw on this one, you guys, I'm going to say it's a little bit underwhelming for me. Strength and throw on this candle, max I would give it would be about a 6. More so my average on this one has been about a 5. I do find that this candle performs a lot better in a closed concept room. So like in my master bedroom, I've been burning it in my daughter's room today. It's been pretty good in there, but it doesn't really want to throw outside of the bedrooms. It'll fill up like a closed concept, like lower ceilings, more enclosed room. It's going to fill it up. It's not going to smack you in the face. It's definitely going to be noticeable. It's not going to be headache inducing. But when I burned it out in my open concept, the fragrance did get lost out there. So to me, this is kind of more of a complimentary scent. I'm not really like mad about it because I'm burning it alongside, like I said, I'll put that Killer Clown as the anchor fragrance out in my living room because that one is performing the best. And then usually I'll put this one in my daughter's room, and I'll put the Velvet Fig in my bedroom. And they complement each other as you move from room to room. But this one doesn't throw outside of the bedrooms when I put it in there. So that is the only thing that you might want to be aware of. If you're hoping to get this to fill up like a large open concept style room, you are going to be disappointed in my opinion, because my experience in my home is that it hasn't thrown that well for that. Now, also keep in mind, you guys, I do always put in the description box down below. I know I have some new subscribers. If you are new to my channel, check out the description box because I do list down there the square footage of my home, environmental factors, layout. Those are things that you probably want to take into account when you're hearing my review and making a comparison to your home. The biggest thing that I will say is that because I live in Arizona and it is still hotter than Hades outside, it's, my air conditioning is still running, and air conditioning can really impact, how a candle performs in a home. So if this is a fragrance that you plan to burn more so towards the Halloween season, which would be late October, I know in many places of the country, late October, you're having cooler temperature. Not me. Here in Arizona, my air conditioning will probably still be on in late October. But if you live in like the Northeast or, even the upper Midwest, in Pacific Northwest, I'm assuming by that time of year, your air conditioning is off. And so you might get some better performance. But for me right now, that has been my burn experience. So let me know in the comment section down below if this one is on your wish list. Like I said, it will be available on August 1st at 12 a.m. midnight. that would be Eastern Standard Time. I do have an affiliate discount code with Kringle that will save you 15% off of your purchase. It is Katie15. That is eligible for a commission, so please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. But I would appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up button on this review if it helped you out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I am doing a lot of dedicated reviews. I tend to do those throughout the week, and then on the weekends I'll sprinkle in some other fun stuff. This weekend I'm hoping to throw in a homeworks haul as well as just a little bit of a candle chat to kind of break up from all of these reviews, because I did mention on Monday that this week and next week are going to be pretty heavy on the Kringle reviews, just because I'm trying to get the fall collection as well as a bunch of these Halloween candles reviewed for you guys prior to that Halloween launch. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that and they're just trying to save money on shipping. So I'm trying to get all of those reviews crammed in for you guys, so that way you guys have all of the information that you need when you are making a purchase, if you're even planning to purchase. So again, you guys, please hit thumbs up if you found this review helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.